The God I served was knocking at the door of his heart like it was a Saturday. But what saddened me was the tragedy. But yet and still the man in me was demanding me to help put back the rainbow correlation family. Some of y'all say, where's our family tree? Well, he died on it. Christ got pierced in his side on it. And even though he was telling the truth, he lied on it. What's your reply on it? I'm sorry, he's in the grave now. With that long beard, it's gonna be hot, but it's too late to shave now. Who cares if he acts brave now? He done paid the wage now. We gotta move on, so turn the page now. People want money, people want dough. They buy more things like expensive clothes. They buy bigger cars, they buy bigger homes. But money's not the problem, no, it's your motive. See, people want power, people want flex. They do a little this, they do a little that. But power's not the problem, no, it's your source. So who you hooked up to? Who you look up to? Just cause you got arm strength don't mean you could throw blows with the king. Which you don't know, even if you were dice, you couldn't roll with the king. Jesus paid our way in heaven, so we're owing the king. Yeah, you say you love the Lord, but you're not showing the king. See, my pop gave me vision like cable to see it. How y'all be frontin' like believers, but y'all never gon' be it. Your excuse is I never seen them, so I don't believe them, and I can't receive them. But in your heart, you think you can beat them. I hate to defeat you in the place you think you're winning at, but y'all funny. Big-headed like some new money. To think that you could beat my God with your arms and stuff. You look how easy you forgot, you're just a pile of dust. Breathed in, meaning it goes deeper than the mom's egg and the pop semen. I see men with their hilarious Austin powers, thinking they can beat my God, but that's dead like coffin power. Jesus Christ will shut off your power like a blown fuse. You beating is like me saying pick, but don't choose. Hit hard, but don't bruise. I got one question: if when it's free, why lose? If salvation is free, then why lose? People want money, people want dough. They buy more things like expensive clothes. They buy bigger cars, they buy bigger homes. Money's not the problem, no, it's your motive.
Shout out to T.Y. Shout out to Philly.
People want flex, they do a little this, they do a little that. But power's not the problem, no, it's your
I feel like going old school today with the music, yo.
Who you look up to?
Yo, so shout out to T.Y.'s. We actually, a few weeks ago, we went to
say years ago. Sorry. Sorry.
Years ago.
Sorry.
We went with T.Y.
Oh man, a few weeks ago we went to a comedy show at, I forget the church's name, Agape Worship Center in New Jersey, where Kevin on stage was doing this thing, and that's actually the church that T.Y.'s used to be the youth pastor for. So when we were coming in, he was coming out. He showed us mad love, man. Showed us mad love. So that was cool. So shout out to him and his family.
Yes,
I think he relocated to Virginia. Family. Yeah, he relocated to Virginia. So shout out to him. Whatever.
What's up?
So we talked about the dating.
We talked about it.
We talked about the do's and don'ts.
Yes, we did.
There are things that you should do while dating. There are things you shouldn't do while dating. We talked about it. We told you already. How many times do I have to tell you? Okay?
What's my belt?
Stop thinking you in a relationship. You're not in a relationship. Y'all are dating. Chill out. Okay?
It's okay.
Am I too aggressive? I'm sorry.
Yo, what happened?
Your eyebrows was like,
yo, what happened to the love doctor?
No.
Bring him back.
The
get it in your head, okay?
The love doctor. Listen, I'm the love coach right now. Stop playing yourself. Get back on defense. Okay? You all out. Dance. What? Get back on defense. Okay?
Are we running a zone? Are we doing man to man?
We in a zone. We in a 2-3 zone. Get in your spot.
What?
2-3 zone.
Hands up.
We all gonna win this game, but we gotta play defense. We're not full court pressing yet, because every time we full court press, you get out of your spot. Get in your spot.
Get in your spot, man.
Okay,
man.
Play defense so we can win the game. Ladies, play defense. Okay, play defense.
Hands up. Hands up.
Protect yourself.
Fellas gotta play defense too, though.
Fellas play defense as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, come on, don't do that.
Have a vision.
Bored.
That was yo. The color thing got y'all doing.
We should have a vision board for dating. Yes, you should.
Have a vision.
Bored.
What is your vision for yourself while you're dating?
That's
hopefully it ain't sitting up in somebody's house after 12 midnight playing yourself.
Netflixing.
Thrills.
Yo, why is you playing yourself so aggressive?
Playing yourself.
Yo, okay. So we did dating.
Right.
We did it.
Okay.
Get back on top.
I'm
there
sorry.
you go.
Here we go.
We did dating.
We did dating.
Can I get mad at people about the dues? Real quick?
Go ahead.
We had the dues for you. We told you what to do. Have a boundary. Where's your gate at? You wondering why trash is going into your yard? It's because you don't have a gate.
Look at that imagery there.
You like that, right?
That's really good.
that.
I like
Okay. You don't have no gate. And in the gate that you do have, what are you doing when you leave?
You leaving it
Leave it
open.
You're leaving it open. Where my air horn at? I'm trying to help y'all.
That's because they in the hood and the latch is broke.
Listen,
Right.
so you better get
a
some
hanger.
rope. Listen, tie it up. Do something. Close your gate so you can stop getting the trash in your yard.
Your wife said you
Because
Stephen A.
here's
Smith
the
right
thing. I'm Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith is my man too. God.
now. Shout out to Queens.
Is my hairline going back like this?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Listen, here's the thing. Okay? You might be a good person.
Yeah.
You might be a smart person. But we're going to judge you by how your yard looks. It's dirty.
And there you have it.
That
It's
is so
dirty.
true, though.
It's trashy.
Yo.
Okay? I know you're better than that. I know you're better than that. Okay? But outside is trashy. You need to clean it up. Okay?
Clean it up.
Get a
Like
gate.
talking to
Get some
somebody.
boundaries.
Go ahead.
Okay? Set yourself up to win. Okay? You want people to know the inner you. Okay? I'm sorry, I just spit on everybody. Listen, you want people to know the inner you. Okay? That takes work to know the inner you. We know the outer you. Okay? Make sure your outer you is what you want it to be. Okay?
Not your W.
You should you should do this for a profession.
I said it right.
You should get paid.
Thank
Have
you.
a couch.
Yes.
And you should do all your hand movements.
And just scream on people and like get them right.
And you should
That
be
might
like,
work.
It might work.
Okay.
I'm with it.
You got to do it. You got
that
to do
could be
it.
a
People would
great
pay.
YouTube,
I think
series.
people would
It
pay.
would be.
Yeah. I think
Hold me accountable. Listen, I want to, guys. Listen, I just made that up, but I would do it. I would do.
Yo.
I would
I
do
know
it.
you would.
Yo, you did a better
That's-
job than years ago, man.
No, but
You
like,
should
listen.
have therapy with L. And
Yes,
that's the episode.
I like that. Sit on
And
the-
then have people like submit like their issues to you,
Uh-huh.
and you just do like a little
Honey,
3-minute clip and
honey,
be like,
write this
"This is
down.
what you need
Write
to
this
do,
down.
okay?
Yes, honey, this could be an income.
You need
Write
to
this
do
down.
this,
This could be-
okay?" And
Right.
then just let them
and,
be
and
like,
just go.
leave it
But listen, I'm saying this because we sell ourselves short.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We sell ourselves short when we don't have clear boundaries, clear gates.
Clear
Okay? You gotta be so. Yo, there's some people in life. There's so much about the gate life. They clean their gates. Like, yo, they make sure their gates look good. You know what I'm saying?
That was like a message bell. You heard it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So somebody just wrote something in the chat. But yeah, like, yo, some people take pride in their gates because they take pride in their home, their appearance, how things look. You know what I mean?
That's true.
some people take more pride in the gate than they do the
What's in-
actual home.
Exactly.
Right.
So
That's
the
true.
gate is
So-
like flying, popping.
Right. So,
but
so that's a whole nother. That's a whole nother thing.
ceremony.
People who's
Frontin'.
fronting.
Stop fronting.
Yo, stop fronting.
But no, I'm talking to the people who I've like. You're a good person. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to that. You're a good person. You know what I'm saying? You're a good person. But like, we struggle. You know what I'm saying? We struggle sometimes, and sometimes.
That's a fact.
I mean, we feel like Janet Jackson. I know I felt like Janet Jackson. You know what I'm saying? As a dude, and I was like, yo, I get so lonely.
Okay, I was wondering where you
I
were.
Yeah.
get-
I was like, what?
I know.
Anytime,
Janet Jackson has
anyplace?
so many songs that you.
Right.
I'm like confused. Rhythm Nation? Like, what are you
I'm
talking
like,
about?
where's he going?
What's it going?
Where my hat at?
Scream with
That's
Michael Jackson?
right.
You ready to scream?
That's where I went. Goes when she was like,
Oh,
That's
I
where
went
your love
to
goes?
that's the
I went to
When?
anytime.
She was
Yeah.
like,
I went to
Right.
anytime.
Well,
Anytime?
Place.
Anytime. That's my joint.
Hey,
I love that song.
Hold
That's
on.
my joint.
But then that's what people who got dirty gates.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
Anytime,
that's
any place.
anytime, any
Anytime, any
place.
Mm.
and then
They
it
don't
switches
care who
to
around.
Scream with Michael.
Right. Stop your pressure.
Stop your pressure.
Yeah,
All right, we're jumping.
Yo.
We're jumping. Get back.
I'm sorry. So sometimes loneliness can lead us down a path of unrighteousness. I'm just saying. Listen,
This is a
I'm
word
sorry,
for somebody.
listen,
It's for somebody who's
This is
listening.
not even on the script. I just felt the need to encourage somebody to be like, yo, be about the gate life. Like, yo, have your gate set up. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, yo, protect your territory.
Yeah.
Protect your space.
But even if you want to go into that, like be about the gate life, but the Bible also talks about us guarding our gates
Ooh,
too.
yes.
Our gates
Okay.
go with our
Come
eyes,
on,
what
Ann.
we see, what we
Come
hear.
on.
You know, so guard your gates. Not
Guard
only
your
guard
gates.
your gate literally,
Mm.
but guard your gates figuratively and spiritually.
I can tell you that when I established clearer boundaries in my life,
Mhm.
I started to feel more confident and just aware of things, as opposed to before. everything was kind of up in the air. But once, like I said, once I let my yes be yes, my no be a no, things started to change in a better way.
Right.
So I could just personally attest to when you put boundaries in place, it can be fruitful.
It can be fruitful.
It will be fruitful.
Yes.
It will be fruitful.
Yes, because if
I like
not, you
that.
could be out here wilding.
Right.
Okay.
You could be out here wilding, and you could
Internally
be in a lot of
wilding,
debt.
externally wilding.
Yeah, you could be wilding.
Mentally wilding.
And so
Guard your gates.
I say this to say,
Guard your gates.
guard your gates.
Guard your gates.
And if you do, see, when you about that gate life, right? There's certain people that won't even pursue you.
They can't even.
You know what I'm
can't even
saying?
get in. They know they can't get in.
Like, yo, it's too much work. Like, I mean, you
Yup.
got. I mean, I can't look over your gate. Like the way your gate is set up,
So
it don't even make
PVC.
sense to even like
Yeah.
go over there. You know what I'm saying?
White picket or PVC. Or,
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a high fence. Like, it don't make like, I'd rather not do the work to try to figure out that gate. You know what I mean?
But those who are willing to do the work.
But that's what I'm saying.
Don't
Like,
have access
like, yo,
to the
if your
gate.
gate,
Right.
like, yo, the right people will entertain your gate.
That's good.
And ultimately,
I like
you
that.
could decide whether or not this person is worthy enough to be let in. Because when you let somebody inside the gate, now we're talking about the courting process.
Yes.
That was a
You know
nice
what?
little
See what I did there,
transition-y
right?
thingy you did there.
Yo,
Yeah.
I think you deserve the star, the thing.
Do your burn, 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 burn,
oh, the
burn.
air horns. Come
Yeah,
on,
I tell
somebody.
you, we need an actual.
You need a button. We need a button.
Word. We do need a button.
That was
Yeah.
real. That was real good right there.
That was good.
Thank you. Thank you.
And that was freestyling
That was free.
Right.
That
That was
was
on top of the
years
dome.
ago.
years ago.
That was good.
Yo, you better put some respect
That's
on
because
the
you've been doing this since years ago.
Right, from years ago.
Years ago.
So now, what is courting? That's like, I've heard the term.
Okay.
I've heard people talk about it. Do I need a lawyer to court? Do I gotta wear a suit when courting?
Do I need a uniform?
Do I
to
need a
court?
uniform? Is Judge Mathis there? Because if he's there, he's gonna scream on me and say, "You a crackhead."
Mathis.
You great. Do I need a tennis court?
Right? Is Judge Judy there?
What is court? India. What is court?
What is court?
What is
So,
courting?
so first, it's a verb.
Okay,
Yes.
that's good to know.
It's a
Yes.
verb.
No, it's an action word.
It's an action word. It's an action word. But it's to be involved with romantically with the intentions of marrying. So that's the regular dictionary. But Urban Dictionary says courting is the experience of developing a deep relationship with someone with the view to seeing if marriage is right for the couple.
Put a ring on it.
So it's actually leading towards marriage.
Leading
Mm.
towards. putting
Or
a
to
ring
see
on it.
if marriage is right with you. With both you and that person.
So let me ask this question for most people, and I want everybody to let me know from your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Do most people, when they get into a committed relationship, is marriage even a part of their thought process, or is it just like, yo, this is just my girl, this is just my dude?
I think it depends on the age.
Right.
Oh,
Like I feel like younger. We got to stick in the Christian joint. We gotta
well,
we got- we-
let's talk about anybody.
All right,
I mean,
well, anybody.
Yeah, let's open it up.
If you talking about a younger person,
Yeah.
dating is for a smash.
Okay.
9 times out of 10.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But if you're talking about somebody who's trying to live the right way, like I think once they start pursuing and start dating, yes, like marriage is definitely there. It's like, yo, can I see myself?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The times have changed too, though, because in, I guess, my mom's day,
Mm-hmm.
dating, there was like, we're getting married so that we can get to that physical, intimate space. But I don't think.
That's the question from last 2 weeks ago.
What?
Remember I popped that question.
Right.
The question was,
About people marrying so
yes.
that they can
So you
smash.
telling me back
Right.
in the day they was doing that?
Yeah, but they weren't like
Shotgun.
some.
Okay.
Yeah.
They
But
was
not-
already pregnant.
No, but some, not
Some.
all though. But I just know people would generally wait
Mm-hmm.
until they got married.
Yes.
Right.
For
Whereas
what?
today
To have
that
kids,
doesn't
or?
to have sex. And today
I mean, I
that
can't
doesn't-
say that.
I think
That's
they
not
was
true.
getting into
That's not
it.
true.
I think they was
I
getting
think that.
into
I
it.
think when you
I
talking
every
about
era, go ahead.
yes, and if
Was
you talking about
getting it
the Baptist mothers, and the Pentecostal. I think those mothers, they were probably doing the right thing. I feel like those back in the days, like
the heavy
but I feel like
mothers.
like
I think that they were. I don't
Just
think they
regular
were.
people?
you think they was wilding
I
too?
think they were wilding. I think this is where it goes. I think they were wilding. They were yielding to temptation. Is yielding the right word? They were going in for temptation. They were in that circle of doing the tempting things. But I think that the difference is that the consequences were harder.
If you got caught.
If you got caught, the consequences was harder if you ended up pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Or if you were pregnant, all of a sudden you got sent away to go live, to spend the summer at Auntie house in the South somewhere,
And we never
and
told
then
you.
you
Find
came
yourself
back.
in Mullen, South
Right,
Carolina.
and then you came back and now you're married and everyone's like, what happened? So I think the consequences of it were a lot stronger, or where society will look at them in a certain way
Yeah, that
than it
makes
is
sense.
now.
I know back in the days you had them situations where people would leave and come back with a little sister.
Right.
That still happens, no?
Right.
I don't know. I think
And
when,
really,
I think
the
when,
little
when you
sister is
leave,
really-
when you I
Right.
think when you leave now, you coming back with your daughter or your son. I don't think they doing it. Before it was like it was more of the image thing. Like
Right,
like
we sending you down
like,
south.
Yeah, I'm sending
Or
you down
you- or
south.
you going to go stay
You
with a
have that,
relative.
you
No
know,
one's
whatever.
seeing
You come
you.
back. Now the mother
It's like
got
more accepted.
Yes,
now.
yes.
It's just normal.
It's
It's just a
normal.
normal thing.
Sad.
I mean, it is. I mean, it is.
It's
yeah.
very normal now.
It's very normal. It's like, oh, okay.
Very normal.
But the question was about back in the day how they was
I
compared
was a weak
to.
man.
Shout out to Aswan. Shout out to Aswan. You were saying that today. No, you were saying younger people who are Christians. You think they get into relationships for marriage, or
I think that
you said it depends on
I
their
think that
age.
but I think that the younger people are getting like I feel like that's something that's in their head. Like if you're there, if you on fire for Jesus and everything
Right,
else like
right.
that, of course
Right, you wanna
temptation comes your way,
Right.
or whatever, and sometimes you fall. But I feel like at the end of the day, that person that you even did that with,
right?
a lot of times the male or the female did that with that person because it was like, dang, I might be marrying this person. You know what I'm saying? It was almost like a compromise. Like, oh well, we're gonna be married anyways. So,
Right.
Interesting.
Unless
Yes, go ahead.
I don't want to do this.
Yes.
Do it.
Don't preface it like
Do
that.
it. No, good. Use wisdom.
No, go
Yeah,
ahead.
I can't.
What?
do it.
You see that? You
Unless
I'ma just do it.
unless
Go ahead.
Just word it in the way.
I'm gonna just
unless
do it.
certain people that work in the church, but they don't but not really of the church. I feel like they're there sometimes, and they're just doing what they do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you see them. It can be a musician. It could be a
No, I agree.
whatever. Like,
Right, yeah,
totally agree with that.
they're there because but and they look like they're on fire because they doing
Right,
their thing
right,
and they
right.
playing the drum.
And I be
then,
peeping.
Right.
at the end of the day, they're not really.
Right.
They're just there for the check.
That,
You're a wolf
that go
in
back to
sheep
them
clothing-
gates.
clothing.
That go back to them gates. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
it's like, and again, sometimes people's personalities or their talents could get us to a place where it's like we're in awe. You know what I mean? But like, you still got to know your space. You know what I'm
Then
saying?
that goes back to, like you said, go back to your gates. It goes back to what Stasia was talking about letting your yes be your yes and your no be your no, and your self-love, your self-care, your boundaries that you have for yourself, and sticking with those things,
Right.
so that you can see the wolf in sheep clothing when he's coming your way, or vice versa for the woman as well. I mean, for the man as well. You know.
My
So-
thing is this: do people call courting like do people actually use that term?
Not often.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
So like, yo, should we just dead that term altogether?
No, because I feel
I mean,
like
I think it's more than a term. I think it's an idea,
it's a mind
Right.
state.
Oh.
yes,
mindset.
yes.
and so
Okay.
you can't dead an idea.
Okay,
It's
okay,
there,
okay.
but people don't use the term.
Right.
They
Right.
say like I'm dating this.
So-
even people that are Christians that are dating, they
Right.
don't say like we're courting.
Right.
They say I'm dating or we're together and now we're engaged and now we're married.
Right.
So here's my question: what stops people? There are plenty of people who are courting or relationships, and they don't get married. Why is that?
Didn't work out.
Why?
Like they're still courting.
No, like
Like they're
either
like 5 years in and they not married yet.
5 years in, not married yet,
feel like you can't be a Christian
or like, yo,
relationship
they
for
broke
5
up.
years and not get married. I'm sorry. I just personally feel that you
Okay, go ahead.
I feel like you can't be a Christian in a relationship with someone for 5 years and not get married and still
doing stuff.
unless you're doing stuff. Like you guys gotta be doing something. Like we 5 years in,
That
we
don't
both
have to
love
be true.
we both love the Lord and
What?
and stage.
That ain't happening.
That ain't
with
happening.
me.
Y'all wildin'.
That's not happening.
That's not happening.
That don't mean that.
That's a whole contract.
You trying to tell me that a teen,
That's a deployment.
a teen through 25 or whatever through 30,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying, millennial ages,
Right.
you in a relationship with somebody for 5 years,
Yes.
just courting,
Yes.
and you ain't doing nothing.
No.
You ain't doing nothing.
Why? But why though?
You saw how easy that was? Nah, yo.
But
Alright,
5
yo.
years.
5
really?
years?
I think that it's a few factors that could play into that, right?
No.
No.
Yo, here we go. You
Go ahead.
ready?
I'm
Go ahead, I'm ready.
I'm
So,
listening.
I think one of the factors could be both of them don't have to be doing something. One of them could be doing something.
Go ahead. Keep continuing.
Wait, does that make sense?
That does make sense.
Wait, does it make sense? Yes or no? That's my first scenario. Did that make sense?
No, it's
It
possible.
could happen. It could
So
happen.
we're courting. We're being
Because
together.
we're
We're
because
pure.
are we
but
dating?
This other
'Cause
person
if
is
we're
just doing it like
if we're courting, that means we're in pursuit of marriage.
right.
So we're in
I
a
wanna
an
Yo,
exclusive
sometimes-
relationship.
Dudes,
5 years?
I'm
I ain't gotta.
I'm gonna speak about guys, and I mean,
And we not doing nothing.
and this could be a hot take.
We staying holy.
Yo, guys could have different departments for girls. Like, yo, I know some dudes who it's like, yo, they respect their girl. Like, yo, I mean, like in their mindset, it's like, yo, that's my girl. Like, they hold her in a certain esteem.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like they got their other girl who that's just their other girl, and it's just don't say nothing about my girl. Like, respect my girl. Like,
Respect my girl while you not respecting your girl.
because I'm not.
So what kind of are we doing? I'll show up the respect.
We doing
With
our
eyes?
I think
SPICT.
it might be our sharp
Okay,
respect.
Yeah,
because we ain't doing Aretha.
But man, let me ask, like, do you know? Have you known any guys like that or any?
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not denying that situation could happen. But I'm saying like we 5 years in, and I'm under
and
the
we both on the
impression,
up and up.
and we both on the up and
It's kind of
up.
unheard of.
We
It
both
is
on the up and up.
Kind of unheard of.
We both living and loving God.
But
Can it
we're
happen?
not-
Can it happen? Yes. Yes, it
But
can
most-
happen. But 9
But-
times out of 10, it's not.
right.
By year
But yo-
2, they go into the.
But can age play a part in that too? Like, yo, if they're like 19, 20. You saying it's
1920,
That's not the people still get married.
No. But I'm saying maybe they can afford to get, like, maybe financial reasons.
No,
maybe.
no,
No.
1920, we justice. Like
Justice of peace.
We
We get justice.
we could do whatever.
Right.
I don't care about the big thing. I just want you.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
but yo, there are
There you
some
go.
people, like, I gotta speak for the voiceless. There are some people who have been together for a long time and they are not married. Are you calling their relationship a sham? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely not. We're not.
Whoa, that
I'm
was
not
it.
calling it a sham.
That absolutely was kind of quick.
We're not calling it a sham. But
You have to.
do you guys want to get married?
Right.
If it's not important to you, then there's a
Then
reason
go-
why you're together for 30 years and you haven't got married because it's not of value to you.
So are we saying?
Right.
And listen, I'm all about making judgment calls and judging people. I don't pass judgment on people, but I'll judge a situation.
We could just say.
like,
Remember, we say we're just inspecting the fruit.
yeah, I'm down with inspecting, right?
Fruit inspecting.
So are we saying as a group, if a person is engaged for more than 5 years,
Yo, I just gave
It's
you the.
not-
I just gave you the
We're
ring.
calling
I
foul?
just gave you the ring so you could be quiet and stop asking me when I'm going to marry you.
In a Christian relationship, I don't see that happening.
Oh, we call it my Christian
Oh
relationship.
yeah.
Sorry, I thought we were talking about in general.
That
In the
was
general
true.
in the
No,
general
no,
relationship,
right.
yeah.
That's stung.
Sorry.
In
Maybe
we're
the
saying
ring-
Christian
a
relationship.
quiet,
Christian relationship,
right?
no, I don't see that happening.
I don't see it happening in a Christian
In a
relationship.
regular relationship, yeah, I do see that happening.
I feel like
But if
wait.
it
I
did
feel like if
happen,
it did happen in
is
a Christian
something wrong,
relationship,
or
I think that you need to
it's a lot of-
reevaluate. You need to reevaluate the relationship to make sure we're on the same. In a Christian, we need to have a conversation. We've been together for 5 years, or we've been together for 2 years,
Is marriage for
and now we're
everybody?
engaged for 3 years. Come on. We gotta.
Is marriage for everybody?
That's a personal
Apostle
decision.
Paul said no.
But that's a personal decision that you have to
Right.
have a conversation with your person who you're dating.
But I'm
about.
saying that happens during dating.
Right.
So if you exited
but
the
here's my
dating
thing.
stage, we're
If-
not having this conversation. You know what's going to happen. If it's not happening, then we're
Right,
not in
because if
this
we're in the
stage.
Exactly.
we're in the
If-
courting, we're in
dating
the courting
and seeing
stage.
other
If
people.
we're Christian,
Come
Yes.
on.
if we are followers of Christ,
Right.
and we know that marriage is not for us,
Okay.
why would you be dating?
No, why would you be courting?
Why would you be courting? Why would you be
We
courting?
know
'Cause we
marriage
just-
is not for us.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, because let's go back to
And
the
you know
definition
that.
of courting. Courting
Okay,
is
so
being
we're not
in a,
courting because we're looking for marriage. Courting is looking for marriage.
courting
Yes.
is being in a,
Okay.
Yes.
a committed relationship with
Yes.
someone, gearing it towards marriage.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can date. Yeah, you're right. You can date. You can
Right,
chill.
you could date and shit.
You can have
Right.
a friend.
But you know what's messed up? If you be like, okay, we're not in this to court, so let's just date, and then you end up engaged to the next
Well-
person. It's like, oh, you said
Right.
that.
That's
You
happened
didn't
before.
want
That's the thing. That,
Right,
yeah.
but it just could be he didn't want marriage with you.
Possible.
Conversation.
Right.
Some people I don't
No,
want.
but that's
I don't
the
want
thing.
no kids.
Everybody-
Word.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
right.
right.
Everybody's not.
I experienced that before. Someone said that they didn't want kids, and I was like, oh no.
Right.
That's like, because there are deal breakers
Right.
for every situation, and so everything
I
can't
told
be
y'all
a
to lower
deal
y'all
breaker.
standards,
But
though.
then those are no.
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 Kids
No,
ain't not. Kids ain't that. Like I'm gonna speak for the ladies. and
Deal
say, nah,
breaker.
kids-
No, you
nah.
gotta stop saying. You need to stop. I feel like you just really gotta say stop blowing your standards. Just say stop. Be mindful of your expectations and what what could be reality and what is like fantasy.
Come on, pre. What?
Ooh.
That's where it should be. So let's stop saying
Yeah.
Can you
lower.
Can you make the snippet for that now?
No, that's good.
No,
though.
that's good. So you can stop saying lower your standards and just have a realistic expectations. Because guess what? If I want to have children and you don't want to have kids, I'm not gonna force you to have.
And we're not gonna
kids, and
pursue
we're not gonna
anything
pursue
beyond this
anything
point.
beyond
That's
this
true.
point.
Let's
Going
not
anywhere.
keep
Right.
this going.
That's
It's not. It's not.
It's for nothing.
But I got love
Right.
for you.
I got love for you. I
And
think
it's
you're
good.
a
Yo,
great
you mad
dude.
cool.
You
But
mad
yo,
cool.
it's crazy.
I have a friend who
Yeah.
doesn't want kids. Maybe you guys will work out.
Yeah,
But yo, but I think to Sage's point,
that's probably
The-
not happening either.
No.
I think to Stage's point, what happens sometimes people say they don't want something and then they get something that the thing that they said they don't want, they have it with the next person, and it's just like, but you said that.
You really,
Right.
you think people change.
People, right? Change is the only constant thing in life.
Change is the only. Come on.
Or
You gotta be
people
okay.
lie.
You gotta be okay with letting
People
stuff
lie.
go too. Like,
Right.
You can't
What we
live
say,
in your
be-
ass.
Be truthful, right? That was one of the dudes,
Yeah,
right?
be
yes.
truthful. Be
Sometimes you
honest.
ain't being truthful with yourself.
All right, so yo, India has some keys.
Come on, kid.
Right.
India,
No,
Where my
sorry.
keys at?
India has some Alicia Keys.
Some,
My kid.
wait, did y'all
And,
hear about what Aretha Franklin said about Alicia Keys?
Yeah, Aretha Franklin. She played Alicia Keys.
Yeah.
Y'all heard it?
No.
She was like,
Yeah.
she's a great writer. She's a great musician.
Next,
Years ago.
But that's true.
bro. Don't talk about my
But
friend
she was
like
trying
that,
to shade
son.
her.
Basically saying like she's a
Well,
great
she-
writer. She's a great musician. They was asking her
She
about
said
her
she's
vocal.
not a good singer.
She's not a great singer.
Oh.
But that's
If
not.
it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a duck.
Dad,
Years
so-
ago.
yeah, that's Alicia Keys.
But L
She makes a great
She
song.
makes great music.
She's
a great
you know,
song.
She's a great writer.
She's a great mother.
we went to
Yeah.
elementary.
And a great wife.
Yo, it's funny because somebody got on her and was like, well, yeah, but that's the
Sorry.
Well, go
Listen,
ahead.
let's get
All
back
right, yo, India has
I already know where you was going.
India has for us the keys to court.
Right. So
How to court effectively.
Yes.
Okay. You want to get. No, okay, all right. I'll get.
Come on, Stephen
calm
A.
down,
Coles.
man. All right, I got you guys 5 courtship rules
Sweating.
all modern daters could use. Okay. So the first one, it talks first one says that only court one person at a time.
Ooh.
So there should
That
be
should-
no shopping around once you start courting.
Yeah.
I have 2 finalists.
I feel like that's
it's 2
too
girls I
much.
want to marry.
Son,
It's 2 girls
This
that
can't.
they're
It gotta be a
battling.
one-on-one. This can't be a one-on-two.
Right.
They're
because-
battling for my affection.
No, because this initial
You
commitment,
gonna lose.
You're gonna lose.
Yo, dudes be doing. Y'all listen. Y'all looking crazy. Dudes be doing that,
I'm listening.
and girls be doing that too. Girls be having they like
Hey, backup plan.
they potential dudes. Like everybody. I mean, you shouldn't, but go ahead.
But let me tell you why. Let me tell you.
You
Let
got your
me
bench player.
let me listen, guys. Let me
Got
tell
your
you why
super
it
sub.
says only court one person at a time. It
Yeah.
says because this initial commitment is meant to provide the freedom to love each other fully without being afraid that the other person will start considering other people.
True.
So it gives you the freedom to love.
I get an air horn for that.
Yes. Okay.
Next.
Oh, it also says this, which you guys were talking about too, about the dudes. Be honest and direct about your intentions when you start courting. Yes. Be honest and direct.
Be
Okay.
honest.
This is another one. Number 2, the man pursues the woman.
Ooh.
I like that.
So it says that the man initiates the friendship, the talk, and even approaches her. You know, like he initiates it. So it's more like, you know.
Do y'all agree with that?
So stage,
like
you can't ask for the barber dude number with the dress. You can't ask for it.
I can,
According to this.
Wait,
but
you can't.
that would be nice.
That would be nice.
I mean, there's a trend of females proposing to men.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah, I've seen it too.
So
How do you feel about that?
I feel like, right, if the guy
dude's like, you got me on the
hasn't
spot.
proposed yet,
Right.
I don't think he's ready to.
Right.
So you proposing
Like-
kind of puts him on the spot to be ready before he's
On the
ready.
spot ministry.
Yo, I just feel like
If that makes sense.
we switching roles, man. Like, let's just allow. I don't like the way it looks. I don't like, and when you see the girl, she got on her dress. I don't like the way it looks. I just think that everything about it is just no.
I'm telling my fellas out there, man. Just if you ready,
Yeah.
drop to your knee.
Like, would you like your girl proposing to you as a guy?
I'm gonna say no.
Why?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it.
I
If
don't-
it's my girl
No.
and I love her,
Because
no.
I don't know. I just feel like it is a, like India said, it's a role reversal type situation. I'm not trying to say that. You know, I don't want to be a traditionalist.
If it's the side girl, yes.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Stop.
Continue.
What? We talking real life?
Stop.
No, we are, though.
We are, but stop.
What? It happens.
I'm not trying to be a traditionalist, but I'm just saying, like, basically, like, I'm that's the way that me personally I would like it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I'm pursuing you. You know what I'm saying? I'm showing
That's
you.
the way it's meant to
That's
be,
the way it's
yo.
meant to
Right.
be.
Like, yo,
Like-
but the problem
Go
happens.
back to the storybooks.
Right. Like, yo, but the problem happens, like, yo, if the guy has not proposed yet
Then he's not ready.
and you feel the need to go, like, jumpstart the relationship, understand that you are taking over that role, and you probably have to do that throughout the whole relationship, throughout the whole marriage, the whole
Right,
thing.
that's what I'm
You're
talking
gonna
about.
be the one who's doing whatever,
But I think
and it's like a
those-
role switch.
that
Right.
shows up.
It is a role
That
switch.
shows up in your dating anyway.
Right.
Like those are signs that you see early on. Like, am I
You dating a boy,
always doing this?
You
Am
dating a
I
boy.
always
You
doing
are.
that?
and now you're gonna be his second mom.
Right.
Who-
And now the roles are going to be reversed. And now you're going to get, later on down the line, you're going to be angry. You're going to get bitter. You're going to have all these other issues going on because you took,
Yeah,
I don't want to say you took
ladies
his
don't.
manhood, but you just
Ladies don't do it.
don't do it, ladies.
Just talk about it. Just be like,
Have a
you know, I'm
conversation.
ready. I'm ready. Are you ready? Or if you're not, like, let me know some
If you ask me,
reasons.
I'm
or
ready.
If you ask
if
me,
you
I'm ready.
ask me, I'm ready.
Yes. All right.
and go
Let's
ahead.
go
What
with
else
number
we got?
3.
I
It
love
says
that
that family and community are central part. So again, we're talking about courting. Again, we're talking about Christian dating. Okay, so they said the reason why the whole family, the goal is for family to help the man and the woman stay accountable for their level of commitment to each other.
That is,
So they say sometimes you have
That's
pastors
kinda
who are
up in the air.
who help with matchmaking sometimes, or pastors who help in those type of forums. But they said that they feel that if the family and your community are involved in your relationship, then you guys have people around to hold each other accountable for the boundaries that you have set place.
I don't
Go ahead.
necessarily agree with
Right.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about it.
Our families are all very dynamic, and who's to say that the values you have or the boundaries you
Right.
put in place,
Mm-hmm.
your family necessarily agrees with all those things. I don't think.
Right. I don't.
I think it's good to have community to support you in your relationship,
Right.
but you know, sometimes it's family, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's your church family, sometimes
They
it's
just
not.
can't run your relationship.
Can't.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because it's like, especially like when it's a church thing, like when the church knows that Katie and Mike go out, and
Everybody's in
it's like
It's
the
no.
church is so in love with them as a couple, it kind of takes away them being being able to go through the ups and downs. There's so many people watching, so many people involved.
The families can do it too.
Right.
So I think
Yep.
They want to see that person together, two people together
so
so bad
badly that they can just mess it up.
Yeah, they can mess it up.
Right.
But I think the heart of this is just making sure that in your courting, that you guys surround yourself with a good group of people that can hold you accountable.
Right.
So maybe just saying family and community, not necessarily saying like your auntie and uncle and them, but whoever you guys feel who can be in your circle that can hold you guys accountable. This would be a great tool to have.
That's real. I respect that.
All right, another one we talked about this last week
Like
too.
a air horn.
Thank you. I
I
didn't hear it. So the fourth thing they had is group activities are encouraged while you are courting.
Group activities.
Group activity. What are your feel on this?
We're
guys?
not bowling 1-on-1. We're gonna bowl with a whole bunch of friends. So I don't want to get it in. That's what we're gonna do.
And I'm not looking at your booty like you said.
Right. Well, I'm not getting a full view. Like people are walking by, like it's.
Booty watching.
Right. No, but what
Booty
Sage said, listen, what Sage
like
says is
this.
correct. It says the goal is to help the couple get to know each other on a friendship level before becoming romantic. The presence of others also helps limit opportunities for sexual activity, which brings us to the next.
Wait,
The fingers
aren't
up.
you getting to know them on a friendship level when you're dating?
Right.
Is
Right.
courting's not
But courting, they say that, remember, the definition was pursuing or developing a deeper relationship with someone that's going to lead to marriage.
But I'm gonna say this though, you're getting to know your mate your whole entire relationship
Right.
Facts.
until you die, right?
Right.
until you die.
That is true.
Your
Because
whole
like
entire
there's like you learn different parts of yourself. Like there's like for me, like there's dating L, right? Then it's like relationship L. Then it was like engagement L, like we about to get married. And then it's like first year, rookie year, married. Like literally,
Right.
it's like different U's that come up at different portions of the relationship. And it's
And guess what happens when all of those L's are done?
what?
A new L arises.
A new L arises.
Now your wife got to learn that person.
Word. And the same thing with your wife.
And
You know
same
what I'm
thing with your
saying?
wife.
Like literally, it's like during like the courting process and dating process, as much as you want a sure shot, there is like that's where faith comes into play. Like, is this person, does it seem like, do we have a rhythm that I think I could do life with this person?
That's good.
Exactly.
Like even at these different stages, because there's no sure shot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
it's no
it's not.
short shot. And then the minute you think you know somebody, that's when this other person comes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so.
About to take this L.
Yeah. So and then the fifth, the fifth one, which I really
That's
like,
for the fellas. Learn to take.
it says that commitment precedes intimacy. So commitment. So it basically, they say that courting couples wait until they're, remember, we're talking about in the Christian faith. We're staying within our faith realm. We're courting. We're pursuing marriage. So they say courting couples wait until their wedding night to have sex, because they're saying that the commitment that you have not only to each other, but commitment to the God in her, commitment to the God in him, precedes your sexual desire. That intimacy level of sex.
Yeah, I think during the courting process, like, God has to be the third person in your relationship to the point that it's like he's there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so, like, if you're in love, right? If you and this person feel a strong connection, right? You want to explore that. You know what I'm saying? You want to just be in that person's presence. You know what I'm saying? To the point where you don't want to leave, right?
Right.
But God has to be, and not saying that it's not godly to want to be with a person and just be with them, but you have to be intentional with adding God into what we're doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So whether it's, we are praying together, we are reading together, like we're going, like God has to, somehow you got to make him like the third person in what you guys are doing.
I agree.
Because
Right.
it gets, it like literally you can be two Christians and you in love with this person so much and you want to be with them all the time that you're not even going to church no more. You just hanging out Sundays at their house. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
and it's love.
We gonna do
Facts.
church together.
You know what I'm saying?
In
Like,
the house.
so like God has to be the third person in
I agree.
what's happening.
Yeah.
I agree. And I can say I didn't have the privilege of waiting. You know, we, you know, me and my wife did things differently. You know, we repented for it, and we did it the other way. You know what I'm saying? April became before the wedding, right? But I've known a lot of my friends and a lot of my friend couples who told me that there's a different level of experience and just like life and just like joy, being able to hold out, and then it's like on the day it's like, yo, like this was dope. This was like, yo, I'm brand new. This is like, yo, like what, like, whoa, like, yo, like what's good. Like, and I feel like that's something that a lot of people should try to get to. It doesn't always work because, you know, we're weak sometimes, all the time. But
I have a friend, you guys might know, Shanae Hat Freeman. Howard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to
So
Shanae.
she didn't have sex until her wedding night, and she documented it on a blog. She made a blog called The Virgin Diaries.
Yes.
And she was, you know, like a sister to me, so she would always like speak about the situation, but she would share it with so many other people. So she even met the chick from Proverbs 31.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just off of her blog. But she, after her wedding night, she wrote a whole blog, because leading up to her wedding, she was blogging about how hard it is to be a virgin and you're a young adult and the temptations. So after her wedding, she wrote a blog about the experience and not like with details, but she was just saying how it's just another level of ministry. It's another level of connectedness that she could only experience with the person that she was with.
Right.
Like she was like, she would never be able to experience that act with someone else and not have gone through this whole process of being with the person and committing to the person prior to having sex with him.
Right.
So that was just pretty.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
She's dope. We should have her for the little
Yes,
girls,
yes.
the girls chat.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
I think she lives in Virginia now,
Shanae,
but we
yeah.
could definitely get her to
No, but
She's dope.
Yeah.
it's amazing, like what you said about and what she went through and things of that nature. Because there's this book called Moral Revolution. I think it's by Chris Valentin and his son, and they talk about like one of the things. Again, this is just, we can just say one of the things that happens is like between the husband and the wife. If the wife is like, say, if she's still a virgin, is that there's a blood covenant that happens the same way how there's a covenant that all of our forefathers did in the Bible prior to, but there's a blood covenant that happens between the husband and the wife on that day that like solidifies not only their union but their covenant with God. So just for her to even talk about that and then to know more about, to have a different perspective from her experience, that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's dope.
It's true. It's true. And then I would say this, like, even if you're in a situation where you're courting and it's like, dag, we mess up, or you have a situation, like, yo, God is still God. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes it's like, you could even take them, you can have two different mindsets. It's like, alright, I messed up. Okay, I mess up all the time. Like, it's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Or you could have the mindset like, dad, we messed up. Like, yo, it's ruined. I'm questioning this whole process. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, if God brought y'all together, like, yo, God can still renew. Like, He can restore. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and at the end of the day, it's like I said, just having Him as that third wheel. Like, God will convict. God will, you know, like he doesn't condemn. And sometimes people get into a situation where they feel like condemned, like, dag, like, it's over, like,
there's no
dag, man, like I thought we had this, but we done messed up. Like, it's just like you're just like all the other people, or like, you know what I mean? Like, and sometimes we can blame people if things go a certain way, and it's like we blame them for what happened, and it's like, now you're just like every other guy, or you're just like every other girl, and it's like, nah, like, if we're really committed to this process, even if there are mistakes along the way, like, yo, if it really is love and it's meant to be together, like, God can restore, God can renew.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
He can make it happen. You know what I mean? So, you know, yeah. Right. But you gotta have Him as that third person, because
Because he's gonna need
Put
to
me
be
in,
that.
coach.
He's gonna need to be that throughout the whole course of your marriage.
Right.
Like once you pursue
Facts.
marriage, which hopefully we'll talk about, soon.
Yes.
But once you pursue marriage, like God still needs to be relevant in everything. Like He's relevant in everything you do. So
And like, yo,
why would you take him out of
the
court?
reality is like I want to make sure that the picture we paint for the courting process is real. Like, yo, it's difficult not just from a sexual, want to be intimate perspective, but it's like you go through difficulty. Like once you set a vision for what you want to do with somebody, it gets questioned all the time.
Yeah.
Right. So if in your mind you're thinking about this person as a wife or as a husband, and you kind of start putting that out there, it's going to be challenged. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
People are going to challenge it. Life is going to challenge it. Situations going to come to say, okay, is this really your husband? You know what I'm saying? Is this really my wife? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like little nuances or little things that they do will really start to it's like with anything that you start to want to build around. It starts more, like the stuff that you didn't see before becomes more highlighted as you start to make that decision
Right.
for trying to like get married. So like you got to know beyond just looking and stats and everything. Like, yo, God, is this the person? Like, Lord, are you leading me to this person? And yeah,
Show
and,
me.
and not be afraid to pray with that person about those type situations.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I feel like that's something that a lot of times you don't do, because I think a lot of times people still want to have control over their relationships, but like you said, having God being that third person and actually letting Him lead the next step into your relationship, whether it's courting, and especially in marriage, like allowing God to lead. Yo, guess what? Like, yo, we broke right now. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I don't know what we gonna do. We got this bill and we got tithes, and then you say, yo, we gonna pay this tithes, and then a blessing, comes. It's just certain things like that. Stepping out on faith, doing things that you wouldn't do on your own.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like having that faith, and I think that's very key.
yes.
So I piggyback off what
no,
you're saying.
no,
I
it's
do.
true.
That was great.
It's true.
We're
man.
making our own keys, guys.
Yes.
Yes.
Is Alicia
The keys,
involved?
no.
Courting.
Okay.
Alicia's not in it.
Okay. All right, yo. So I think that covers everything
In courting.
in courting.
But
Go ahead.
do we have enough time to go into marriage though? Honestly. Cause I feel like I got a lot to say, and it's already 9:40.
No, I mean
Let's
like
save it.
no,
Let's save it.
Marriage is gonna be its own joint.
Yeah.
Got to
Its
be.
own joint.
Got to
because
be.
it's
We're
like
gonna have special
yo.
music and
I will say this though about the courting part, right? I will say this, right? Dang, man, I know, and we on the clock. I would say this.
We don't know.
Yo, I think that I want to encourage the ladies, right? Like, yo, be yourself. Like, yo, especially during that courting process, like, be yourself. Be yourself. You know what I mean? So sometimes we could withhold different parts of ourselves, but I want to encourage you to be yourself. You know what I mean? So if you feel like you want to pray before you leave, the house, or you want to do whatever, like, yo, pray. Like, don't be afraid to step up and be yourself. You know
Like
what I
you
mean?
said, and that's not that's what you call not compromising your core values, like we talked about.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you could want to do something, but then you put the expectation on the man to like, all right, I feel like we should be praying right now, but I want him to feel like we should be praying right now. You know what I'm saying? And he's just thinking about driving to make sure you get home safe. You know what I'm saying? But like, yo, if God put something in your heart to like want to do or say, like, do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, do and say it. Like be you. Be you. You know what I mean? But then also at the same time, you gotta let a guy be a guy too. So figure it out somehow.
let a guy be a guy.
Right. So
that needs
I'm about to say, explain.
So for instance, right? Here's a perfect example, right? And I mean, it's not a perfect example, but a kind of example, right? All right. So guys like to conquer in a sense, right? And maybe this might be more of a marriage thing per se, but like sometimes you gotta kind of encourage a guy to figure it out. So for instance, we driving, we lost, right? Homeboy is trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Don't give me no threat.
He said, "Don't give you directions."
I mean, that's what a lot of dudes do. They're
Right.
like in their mind, they're like, "Nah,
But
I
I'm
got
saying,
this."
Right.
Are we now using ways?
So
Google Map.
Well, what we talking about? This is more of a back in the day thing.
Okay.
'Cause
Okay.
Now there's ways in
no,
Google
but
Maps
like,
and all that.
but like even like, you know, let's say the navigation is like dead, it's a dead spot or whatever.
Right.
Like, yo, encourage your man to
Figure it out.
to be a man. You know what I'm saying? Don't.
But wouldn't being a man also be willing to take help? If I'm your helpmate, let me help you. And getting
I'm more like, look, I'ma follow you. Like, if you drive us into a ditch, I'ma be with you in that ditch, and we're gonna find a way out.
Yes.
I'm
So
sorry,
when you want
you're
help,
not.
let me know, and I will get us out of here. But until then, you just
But like, yo,
I'ma follow you.
There you
I'm
go.
not following
like,
you
yo,
into a ditch.
But
I will.
but yo,
I'm
I'm
no,
saying
but I'm
that.
more like, okay,
Because
I'll
you know
give
what?
you-
Once we get in that ditch, then
Then
you're gonna
you're
realize,
right.
oh, maybe I should ask. You know,
No,
for
no,
help
because
next time.
because if we in the ditch, I'm
That
gonna
ditch-
be like, yo, I told you. Like,
Nah,
I
I'm
like,
not-
come on, you didn't want to
I'm not
listen.
gonna do
I
that.
said
Nah,
5.
but
Come
that
on.
dish might kill you though.
Right.
So it's like,
But look-
And now we
I'm
got
just saying
now.
this.
Well, I don't
It's-
mean the
Do we
fatal
have
ditches.
forgiveness insurance? Do we have forgiveness? Do we have forgiveness?
I'm
But
just
yo,
saying.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
just I was bringing that up to say this.
Not following you.
Like, yo, it's ways that you could almost son a dude. You know what I mean? And it's just like yo, just encourage him, man. That's all I'm saying. Encourage your dude.
I agree with the encouragement. I was trying
No,
to see
I
where you
agree.
was
Right,
going.
no. That's
I agree
where.
with
Yeah,
encouragement.
but I
like,
agree with the
yo, like
encouragement,
encourage your dude. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know,
Naturally,
And-
I can
and-
take
and-
the lead on a lot of stuff.
Right.
Just naturally.
right,
So
Right.
I have to learn to fall back. So that
right.
is like
Yeah.
good for those
You-
people who are like alpha.
will learn.
Uh-huh.
You will learn.
Females,
In
I
order
guess?
for your
Right.
relationship to work, you will learn.
Yep.
I will learn
Wait, we
to
gotta.
fall back.
That's
I mean,
something-
I'm
but
open
it's
to
not-
falling
it's not-
back.
Yes.
Maybe let's
I'm
say
just
that's not
saying.
something that you will learn. It was something that you would pray for. You know, allowing your man to take lead
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever like that. That may be your prayer. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like how
But
do I
I-
do that?
I think that every woman wants their man to take lead.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think every
agree.
woman wants their man to be, in some sense of a way, like an alpha. Take the
From
lead.
what I hear, yes,
we
that's
want
very
that
true.
for you,
Right.
right? but no. We want that for you, and I think it goes back to, I don't know. Did anybody see Tia's post? Tia had posted something about women and men, and about like women, black women wanting men to take the lead. Like we want you to be the alpha. We want you to take the lead.
Right.
But then I think also, and we want that for you. We want to encourage you to do that. But I feel like also taking the lead is also knowing where your shortcoming is, and knowing that, hey, my wife is good at this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like, hey, if stage is good, no, let me not say. If L is good at no, you my brother. If you're married, okay. If
Water bottle is
no,
good.
but I'm just saying, if Jay is good at doing a specific task, but like I'm good at doing this certain thing, right? Why would you keep trying to do the task that you know I could do in 5 minutes? Because that's my strong thing. Alpha will be like, babe, you rock, you shine in that. Let me do that while I handle something else that I shine in.
But that's
You know what
also
I'm
a
saying?
conversation. That's also
Yes,
us talking.
yes.
That's
Right.
also, yo, babe, like coming into this thing, what are you good at? What do you not
Right.
mind doing? What do you know,
Right.
whatever. Me and my wife have, like, believe it or not, I do the laundry in my house.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's something that I know that my wife really doesn't like to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But she wants clean clothes. You know what I'm saying? So, but then I won't go to the grocery store. Like, she cooks
does-
or whatever like
right,
that.
right.
So then I help with the dishes.
Right.
So then, like we both do the cleaning. We both it's like compromise. Like certain
Compromise.
things.
Rhythm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right.
She's really in control of the bills. Like, she's better at managing and getting
Right,
stuff
right,
paid.
right.
Like I'm better at like whatever the case may
Right,
be.
I'm better at
right.
spending money.
But I'm pretty
I might be,
sure
But right. Go ahead.
if for whatever reason she was not able to, like she went away or whatever,
I gotta
she
do it.
can trust. No,
Yeah.
but she can trust.
Right.
that
You
your
can ability to do
buy
it.
the
Absolutely.
groceries.
But-
you can pay
but-
the bills, and that's just like
I
innate.
can buy a meal out.
Right.
Right.
buy a
Right.
Burger King.
We can go out to eat.
but to Jermaine's point, I think that part of that's why communication is so important,
Right.
even in the courting process, because you are going to run into different situations or just different mentalities that in your head you thought marriage was supposed to be this way. You know what I'm saying? but that's not the person you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you have to literally customize your own marriage, your own relationship, and part of that process happens while you're courting, being able to have real conversation, accepting people for who they are, focusing on somebody's strengths, managing weaknesses, like going through that whole process, but never being that person to be like, "Dang, well, you should be like da 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 da," or "You should be," you know what I'm saying? Or I expected a real woman to do this, or I expected a real man to be doing this.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh.
No. People have
use those
that
language.
And the thing is, we come prepackaged with things, and a lot of it is based on what we saw from our parents.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
True,
so
true.
you saw what your dad did, you saw what your mom did, and automatically that becomes your value system about how a marriage should be or how it shouldn't be. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, yo, you got to be able to kind of unpack that and then let the person who you're with be them too. You know what I mean? Like you can't automatically have, okay, well, this happened. I saw my father doing this, and so I would. And relationships are literally we can talk about relationships every week because there's so many different components, so many different parts
Maybe
to
in
it.
February
We'll
do like a love special.
What's love got to do with it?
Oh,
That's a great name.
That's a great name.
We should do that. What's
Yes.
love got to do with it?
What do you guys think?
Because
Comment below.
the whole hoopla around Valentine's Day is serious
Yes.
for
Yes.
people, and I can attest to that.
Let me tell you this.
So let's do a February
I'm trying
special.
I'm trying to end it, but let me tell you this.
Sorry.
If he breaks up with you all the time around Christmas,
Facts.
and all of a sudden y'all get
It's
back together
strategic.
by April, May, girl, it's a reason, okay? When is it good to buy Christmas gifts? While we dating, can we buy Christmas gifts? Valentine's
so,
Day,
small
do I?
gifts.
Okay,
Small gifts.
okay,
We
Dating?
can
Play
talk
card.
about that. Could be another thing.
iTunes card.
right. Gift giving,
Here go these headphones I got.
right. Is there a price limit?
Gummies.
Yes.
Conversation.
Like, yo, what if somebody you dating
No.
blesses you with like $200 gift? Like, are you giving it back?
You probably not.
All right, I'm about to say. Most likely you're not.
I might.
But
Well, it depends on what
feel
the
I
like,
might give it back.
How long have we been dating?
But I feel like we at the
Too
stage
much.
of our lives.
2 months?
No, I feel like you're not giving it back. But I feel like you're at the stage of your life where like we're not kids. So if you're giving it to me, if we don't work out, then that's still mine. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Facts.
like we're past that stage.
Facts.
Like back in the days when you were kids and
No
you
Indian
you gave your girlfriend a little necklace or something, and then you broke up. I need my
need that
necklace
back.
back. That's over. Like
my
we
necklace
passed
back.
that stage.
Listen, I need my 50-inch flat screen back. You gave it to me, boo.
You should never
Listen,
bought
The
that.
smart TV?
It was your expectations.
You left the gate open on that one, boo. I'm keeping
You out
that.
here wilding.
Trash. Your trashy yard. Keeping it.
I'm keeping it. You got mad stuff in your yard, I'm keeping.
How?
You don't care about it.
That lawnmower was mine.
Alright, yo. So listen, man. We're gonna pray out as long as we can.
Yep.
I think one of the biggest takeaways is like, yo, gotta keep God involved, man. Holy Spirit is a real person. Like, yo, I need to highlight him. I need to listen to him because he's gonna be your friend throughout every aspect of this relationship process, throughout the dating, throughout the courting, engagement, marriage. You know, and we didn't even talk about during engagements how much stress it is when you're engaged and going like the wedding process and all of that. Like, it's so much that goes into it. The Holy Spirit has to be a real and present help, and he needs to be involved in the whole process. So,
And just remember that you are a complete person in all stages
Come
of
on.
this
Yes.
connectedness with someone. Like,
come on.
you're not any less than the
Yes.
next person, and the relationship is not going to make you any more complete than you already are. It's just going to complement you. So just remember that
Yes.
God made you whole, and you need him to be complete.
Yes,
not
Dave.
anything.
He's the
or
author
anyone.
and finisher
Yes.
of your faith.
Yes.
To piggyback off of Stays, you are a delicious cupcake, okay? And now you dating or courting this person is only being frosting,
sprinkles,
and sprinkles.
I felt that.
whipped
Okay.
cream.
I'm on a diet right
I just got hungry. Right.
No, but
You
you're
just
not.
sabotaged the Fat Boy
I'm
Challenge.
sorry. I'm sorry.
When you said that,
You're a
I tasted the
delicious
cupcake in my
too.
mouth. Like,
Yeah,
why
the
would you do
sprinkle.
that?
I'm sorry, but
I just need one sprinkle.
But that's what you're
Tasty cakes.
you're completely you're whole. You have to find your wholeness in God. You're not coming. I'm looking for my other half. Like I'm 100%, and I'm looking for the icing and the sprinkles on my cupcake.
Icing and the sprinkles.
Now I really want a cupcake.
I don't eat cupcakes, y'all.
I do.
That did nothing
No.
for my appetite,
Oh.
but I
Them
got
Lay's
the
chips
imagery.
Mm.
I saw those Doritos, and I'm like, why didn't L offer them?
Because I'm hoping y'all leave and I can
Selfish,
eat them for myself.
stingy.
No, it's not a part of the
You
Fat
can't
Boy
eat 'em.
Challenge. Can't
can't
do
eat
it.
'em.
I can't eat it. No,
It's not a part of the challenge.
I'll take it home.
And I'll take the
Listen.
Lay's.
Lay's and Doritos.
I will eat the
Right.
chips by
No.
dipping them in water first.
No.
Soggy
Salt
chips.
off.
No.
Nah, but yo, listen, man. We want to thank you all for tuning in. Yo, if you're listening to the show on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel so you can
Yes.
get notifications. Please like the videos, share the videos. Even though Miss Stasia was not here last week, she was able to watch the video on YouTube.
Yes,
so
I
definitely
did.
Share the videos, like it.
I was
and,
talking to the video as I was watching
yeah.
it too.
Nope.
It was like a 3D experience
Yes.
for me. I was like, oh, okay.
Yep. And he was right in the chat. I was like, yeah, she's
was
interactive right now.
watching.
She's interactive
Yep.
with it right now. So I love that. All right, so listen, yo, be blessed. I'm gonna pray
Yes.
for you, and yeah, we're gonna pray for you. Father, we thank you for today. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to your people. I pray for everybody's process, whatever stage that you have them in their journey. Help us to find peace in that place that you have us in.
Yeah.
Help us to recognize that you've prepared a place for us in the future as well. Just as your son said, he said, I have to go because I'm preparing a place for you. Like, there's no surprises to you, God. And we could find rest and assurance in that. And so you are a good God. You want good things for us. And so the prayer becomes, Lord, to have us be able to set up the right boundaries, the right expectations. Lord, help us to keep in pursuit of you and your truth. For those of us who are single, let us be in constant preparation for fulfilling your will over our life. We don't prepare for a person.
Yes.
We stay in preparation for a purpose.
Yeah.
So help
Amen.
us to stay in process to get to our purpose. For those of us who are married, Lord God, help us to continue to stay in the process for our purpose, Lord.
Yeah.
Let us not become stuck or stagnant
Yes.
in what we currently experience, but you have more for every marriage.
God, yes.
For every couple, you have more for them, Lord. So help us to be in pursuit of the more, Lord. And for those who are courting, Lord God, we pray that they would let you be a very present help,
Yes, Lord.
a very present person in their process, Lord God. People want to take over people's relationships and want to give them advice what they should do, what they shouldn't do. The flesh wants to say what we should do and what we shouldn't do, Father. And then we have our emotions on top of that, and our families saying different things. Lord, let you have the final word in every decision, in every relationship, Lord God. Let us submit to you, the good and righteous judge, Lord God. And so we thank you for today. We pray that today's program could not just entertain or inspire, but help someone who needs to hear a word, help someone who needs to know that they're not alone. Satan likes to isolate us and help us feel like we're alone so we can make alone-ish decisions. But Lord, you said that you have come that we might have life and life more abundantly. You said the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. But you've come that we might have life and life more abundantly. You are the giver of life juice, life energy.
Yes.
So if anyone's feeling lifeless or feeling hopeless, let them run to you, Father, because that's what you do. You give life.
Amen.
You give hope. And so we thank you for that. Help us to get home safely. We thank you for the opportunity again. We pray these things in Jesus' name. We pray. Amen.
Amen. See you next week, guys.
See you next week. Let the church say amen. Yes. Can't block that, Facebook.